Yeah,
you can hear me.
you'll just need to bring it within like 3 to 5 inches.
Oh, I know all about 3 to 5 inches.
Well, I'm sitting on a ladder.
Yeah, what's up with that, Beach Bum?
We're running low on seating options in
actually
Brant's
suits
office.
you.
I know. I can actually get taller than you guys. Because last time we were here, I was in the little person chair. I was down lower.
I'm the smallest person here.
There we go.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
I think we have once again got a guest on here that probably has not listened to a podcast.
Have you ever listened to one?
You know, I actually listened to the entire first video that you guys made.
Really?
Nice. Well, thank you.
You're the first guest that's actually listened to a podcast. Thanks, Brant.
We had, who was it, Sean? And he was
Sean.
like, I didn't even know y'all had a podcast.
Yeah,
We asked him in the car, like, we're going to do a podcast when we get back. You want to be
like,
on it? He's like, y'all do a podcast?
Yeah, podcast?
I was like, yeah.
That was very early on, though, too,
Yeah.
in Sean's defense. But we don't expect anybody to really watch it all. It's pretty much crap.
yeah. No, I actually listened to the first podcast and shared it on my YouTube channel.
You did
Nice.
share it. That's right. Well, we got
Thanks,
AnglerUp with Brant. If you're unaware, he's hanging out with us today. This is a special treat.
Yeah.
We've talked about Brant a few different times. You should
have,
probably
yeah.
go back and listen because we talk about you pretty regularly.
Actually, you guys are hanging out with me today.
We are.
This is
Yeah.
my office.
This is. Yeah.
We're at Brant's and Ron's office right now.
We have bummed offices and space the entire duration of this podcast.
Yeah. We're trying to make some money so we can get our own space.
That's
but
right.
Gotcha, man.
Maybe you'll give us a loan or something.
You know, the first podcast, what stood out to me was you wearing that really white shirt, and the background was the exact same color. And
The floating head.
All you can see is the beard.
That's funny. We all obviously didn't think that one through.
No, and we didn't really know what we were getting into. That was kind of our first space, and I didn't give you any warning, and
Yeah.
we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Get
We
it
don't
better.
know what we're doing.
Now you're wearing the white shirt with the white background.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But we did just a heads up because we need to talk about this. We need to make sure people go sign up for our email list.
Yep,
Because
yep.
we're operational on that. We have a landing page. You can go sign up for our email list. And if you like our website, which has been kind of a headache getting set up, the Bearded Bum Adventures. If you sign up for the email list right now, at least as we're filming this, it'll at least show you the logo that we've talked about.
It's supposed to be done really, really soon. But yeah, if you haven't seen the logo, you definitely got to go check it out.
But we have a link in the show notes if you're listening. And I'm like really punched over here on this ladder.
You all right over there?
I did CrossFit this morning, so like
Oh, man.
my back
Flexing over there.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you're on keto, you know, we're all
I am.
we're all trying to be healthy.
unfortunately.
So tell
then
what's up,
there's me.
what is freaking keto? I don't even know what keto
Yeah,
is.
so most people don't do keto right. This is the first time I've ever done it. My wife's really into, well, she works in the natural health
Right.
field.
I know she's healthy and all
Yeah,
that.
and so we decided to do keto 1 month, this month in October, and it's actually 3-to-1 fat to protein. And so you're wanting to eat 3 times as much fat as you're eating protein and no carbs whatsoever.
No carbs.
Hardly, no. And so basically we are sugar burners.
So is it 75% fat,
So, like, if
25% protein?
Correct. If I eat
2,000 calories, you do the math on that?
yeah,
Like-
do the math on that. Okay.
Okay.
And so we're eating a lot of fat. And
but like avocado.
good fat. Like
Yeah.
you want your body to burn fat, not sugar. Naturally, that's that's the goal of keto.
Okay.
And it's very difficult if you do it correctly.
I'm sure it is hard.
So, like, what are you eating then? Like, what'd you have for breakfast?
So this morning I had
Like a cupcake?
No,
Is that good? Is that good fat?
no. So I had
Cheeseburger?
a cup of avocado, some steak, and then a sauce that had a lot of fat in it that went over the
You ate steak for breakfast? I've never eaten steak for breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, you see it in the movies all the time. But
Yeah, dude, it was good. So I mean, but I also have Melanie cooking my food for me, so that really
that's a
makes it-
huge
that makes it a
bonus.
lot
Yeah,
easier.
like that's a big deal. So she could probably make anything taste good.
exactly.
That's a huge
She's
help.
helping me out a lot.
So since I've started doing CrossFit, these algorithms are freaking impressive because like on my Facebook, all I see now, because I might have clicked on one like at one point, but of course they listen to you.
Right.
All I see on my short form is all this workout stuff now.
That's crazy.
That's like all I see. So evidently they know I'm doing CrossFit. Like Facebook knows this.
It's impressive.
And I'm learning all this stuff about, so like I'm 1 week into CrossFit and like I'm looking at like macros and which I didn't even know what that crap was. And that's the only reason I even know like dividing out your fats, your proteins, your carbohydrates, and like what percentages of that, like, because that's what they do. They use their macronutritions, which are those 3, I think, and they divide that out on their daily caloric intake.
Sounds.
I'm learning so much,
yeah.
It's crazy.
All that went way
CrossFit
over my
days
head.
Are over.
Yeah.
You should join, Brant. You
I'm
should
more
come.
of a slow walk now.
Yeah.
It's killer, dude. I mean, we did like burpees. You ever done a burpee?
Oh, those are bad.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was rough.
Is that what you did this morning?
Yeah, we were supposed to do 100. I'm still beginner level, so I only did 75, which is
That's
still
still a
more,
lot.
You wimp.
still more than what like
a lot.
the beginner
And
was
how
supposed
long?
to do.
Like what
So
about the
all right,
time?
so the work, like you do all this other stuff leading up to this, but like the main workout was 18 minutes, and it was rows and burpees, and you start at 30. So you start at 30 calorie rows. So you row for 30 calories, you burn 30 calories, and then you do 30 burpees, and then 25, and then 20, 15, 10. It ends up being 100.
So is Courtney better at it than you?
I was ahead of her today, but I will say last week, like they have these timed workouts where you have to do a certain thing, where they're all these different things, and she was way ahead of me last week on everything. But at least today, I'm starting to catch up a little bit.
She went slow to make you feel better about yourself.
I think
she
so.
didn't want you to quit yet.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it. She's been doing it for a couple months, and
Well, this will help your beach fishing, man.
that's right. I know I'll be able to drag those beach carts a little bit better.
Yeah.
Hopefully do well. But I'm not guiding or anything anymore, so fortunately I'm not doing it.
Once our website's back up, you are going to offer yourself, so you will be doing some guiding.
That's true, at a premium price. Brant, what? Okay, so Brant, we want to put you on the website too for a guided fishing trip. What would your price be for you to take somebody
4
fishing?
hours on the beach.
you have. So if you don't know, if you're listening, watching, and you don't happen to know who Brant is, he guided for how long?
I started my business in 2009.
Okay.
2009.
And technically the business itself is still going, running by other captains.
That's right. You kind
other
of
people.
farm it out.
But I stopped in into 2018.
Okay. So it's been 4 years ish since
Yeah.
you ran a guided trip. So what would it take? So he's very proficient, been doing it. He'd done it for a long time. Still fishes obviously a lot. Basically, did you fish this morning?
No,
We need-
I was going to fish this morning, and then it just didn't happen.
Okay, I understand.
I thought
So-
that's why we met late today.
Yeah, well, it's
okay.
because I slept in.
Nice.
I was doing CrossFit. All right, so what was it? What was it like? What would the number be?
That's an interesting.
Because we're gonna put it on our
question.
website. Whatever you say right now.
Okay, $2,500.
Yeah, that's actually a
I
pretty
definitely
good deal.
thought he was going higher.
I thought it was gonna be a lot
When he
higher.
said 25, I thought he was about to say
Well,
25,000.
CPMs are down right now.
You'll take what you can get.
We need some money.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I think on
I
the
will
last
run a Pensacola surf fishing charter for $2,500.
25. Okay.
It's not a bad deal.
This is our idea, and because here's the deal, and people may be like, "What? Why are you going to charge?" And we're probably going to charge pretty close to the same thing. Number one, we have a lot of stuff going on, all of us, like with all our businesses and everything. Guiding, if we were to charge like a normal price for guiding, it's just not worth the effort, the
Right.
time. Like there's other things that we can put our energy into that's going to be more beneficial for our business.
Well, that's our we don't want to get booked price.
Exactly. Like we don't really like, but if you're willing to pay, like we will do
You
it.
just
because-
want to hang out with us.
Yes, and what we've talked about doing, there's obviously several surf guides. If you hire us at that price, basically what you're going to get is a pretty premium experience. Because
Absolutely.
what I'm going to turn around and do is I'm just going to hire a guide that's going to come and basically run the trip as far as the pulling the cart, getting the bait set up, all the rigs, and I'm just going to hang out with you, and we're going to have a really good time. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty much
That's
the
a
goal.
great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring
And
the beer.
Don't think that we're
We'll bring beer.
charging that price, like you said, because we want to, we think that's what we're.
It's not worth that.
No, it's
like
not.
that. A guided fishing trip with us is not worth $2,500, but that's what it's going to cost.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because we
'Cause
don't really want to
if you don't want to
run
do
a
it.
bunch of them.
But we'll make it a fun experience. I mean, if you really, really want to do it,
So for $7,500, you get all three of us.
yeah, sounds good.
We got to offer a discount.
$7,000. But like Blaine, Perdido Blaine, we'll hire him. Jordan, whoever. Like we'll get some of these guys, and they can still make more than probably what they would make on one of their normal
Absolutely.
trips. We'll pay them well. Tips go to them,
Yeah.
and then we basically show up and just hang out and fish with you and have a good time.
Yeah.
You like that idea? You signing up for that? All right,
Good,
so
man.
make
Y'all
sure.
can put me on the website.
All right, make sure check out Bearded
Done.
Bum Adventures. You can book a trip.
We're gonna put Brant up top.
Once it's run, fortunately for you, Brant, it's still not up and running because
Yeah.
we've been dealing with a lot of headache with that.
Well, you can. I still have a captain's license, so I can be Captain Brant.
Oh, yeah, that can up our game a little bit.
I'll
make
let
us
you
sound
use my
official.
boat. How much is that? If you gotta take them out in Pensacola Bay snapper fishing.
You can't do that. Really, there's a lot of legalities, so it's boat specific. So you would have to. I would actually have to buy a charter license for your specific boat.
Really?
You could you use one of the ones that your business still has?
No, because I don't own that business. Really.
So you can't even, even though you have your captain's license, you can't technically do one without going and buying a boat.
I could. Okay, let me see how I could do this. If I could do it, we could do a charter for hire. Like if
somebody else has a boat.
If you have a boat and you said, "Hey, Brant, I can't catch any fish. Could you please come on the boat with me and show me how to do it? I'll pay you $500."
Is that how you met Brian?
It is actually.
Poor Brian.
Oh man. Yeah, that's how we get.
Yeah. So how much if somebody wants to do that?
Is this 5 inches? You're 5 inches and my 5 inches.
Sorry, man.
2 different 5 inches.
My wife is highly disappointed.
Oh man.
Man. It's my first podcast.
Yeah, and we talk about whatever. We do make some innuendo jokes from time to time.
Yeah.
It does happen. You know, we try to keep it fairly clean. We don't really cuss on it, but
We got a little thing in case we do. Wherever
Wait,
that
is
button
it?
is.
Is it right
I
here?
think it's the other one. You got to go to the next page, I think.
Oh, really?
Isn't it the bottom left now?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, there it is.
There we
That
go.
one didn't do anything over there.
You mother.
I was a little delayed there. It was funny when we were filming with Sean. We're like, you can cuss, Sean. and just make sure we know it's coming. And the timing was way off on that. Fortunately, we fixed
Sean's
it in
hilarious.
post. But yeah,
funny.
Sean was a funny guest. So Brant, the cool thing about you that you've done over the years is like you're so business minded, and you've made a lot of smart decisions throughout the years, not only with your social media content, but like in your business endeavors and like everything. You've done so much. Like you started as a t-shirt company. A lot of people may not know that. Like that's kind of, or apparel, I guess, is kind of what, when you were guiding in addition to that, like you've done so much. And at this point, one of the things when you announced this several years ago, I thought was brilliant was when you introduced the real estate side of things to your business, which a lot of people don't understand this about social media is really like when you can implement something like that, a business behind your following, that is like the most powerful thing. Like if you can grow an audience and have a captive audience, create content, drive them to that is huge. And you've done that better than like anybody I know. So what, like now at this point, what's your focus? Like how do you go about creating your content, building in your business? Like if for somebody that's wanting to get started and grow a business in today's world, what would your advice be to them?
Yeah, so especially social media business, I think that you have to have very, very clear direction as to what you're going to do. I don't recommend somebody pick up a camera and just start making videos.
Yeah.
You could do that 7 years ago,
Right.
6 years ago.
Game has changed.
Yeah, I think you have to, one, have very clear direction, and two, like you said, have businesses that support your content that you are creating content for. So like for me, my business model is I consider myself in the tourist business.
Right.
And so Pensacola right now has around 2 million families a year that vacation on our beach.
That's a lot.
And so when I'm out creating content, my goal is to create content that the father and son coming down on vacation can go and enjoy that same experience.
Right.
And then in turn, they may like their experience so much that they want to buy a vacation home.
See, when you announced this several years ago, I thought it was brilliant because when I was guiding full time, nearly everybody that I took fishing had some plan at some point in their life to move to the beach.
Sure.
Yep.
I mean, like everybody wants to move down here.
Well, my original real estate plan was through my charter business. I was going to do it through my charter business and sell real estate to the charter clients. But I was like, if I could take my existing YouTube channel, create content that is specifically for people coming to our area in vacationing, then I've got a whole a wider pool of people to choose from to sell real estate to, and I'm offering them value as well, because there's a lot of people that come down here that may not know how to catch a Spanish mackerel from the beach or how to catch a redfish in the surf. And so I feel like I'm offering the husband, wife, the father, son, an opportunity to come down here and be successful on their trip.
Right. No, I mean, it's really smart. It's brilliant. And you're very good. Like, you've put together not only with the business side of things, but like the collaborations. You've been huge in that arena as well, bringing all of us together, like, building a team and building all along the Gulf Coast as well. Like, what's your vision? What's your thoughts on that? I mean, as far as anybody creating content, how would somebody approach somebody to even get started in trying to collaborate? It's hard. Yeah. It's weird. It's awkward. But like, how have you approached that?
So, I'll give you an example of something recently. If you have something to offer, then, that somebody like Beach Bum or Brad or myself, that's going to be valuable to us. And the other day, speaking of Perdido Blaine, he reached out to me. I've never fished with him. I don't know Perdido Blaine. He's a content creator in the area. He runs fishing charters. He shot me a text message, said, "Hey, Brant, enjoy your channel. Look, man, I think we've got a good potential for a hot bite in the morning. I was going to see if you wanted to come over and fish with me." Well, that's offering me value because the bite has been horrible in Pensacola. And so I said, "Sure, man, let's do it." And I went over there, made a video with him. It went great, caught a bunch of fish. And so that was a really smart way of reaching out to an influencer and getting a response.
Yeah, because, I mean, we get so many people that ask all the time. But, like, Blaine, I will say this, and go check him out, Perdido Blaine, if you haven't already on YouTube and all the socials. But he is very smart business. Like, he has done very well for his channel to be
a hustler.
As small as it is, like the deals and things that he's worked. He's very smart.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed fishing with him. So,
while we're talking about like reaching out to creators for collabs and stuff, I do want to mention that when you first emailed Brant, you never heard back from him.
Still haven't heard back.
When I first sent Brant a message on Facebook, he messaged me back in like 15 minutes.
However, recently after that email, I did invite you to the office.
You did, yeah. In Brant's, and obviously, like, understanding it from this side of things. And when I emailed you, I wasn't even creating content at that point. I was just fanboying over there. So, of course, he probably didn't even see it. And even if he did, there's really not much of a reason for him to respond. But when you and Jack invited me to your office, which was here in this building, I think, just a different spot. I only had like 700 subscribers at the time. Both of y'all were in the 20s or 30s, thousands. And I was like starstruck sitting in the office with you and Jack. But the fact that y'all took the time to like pour in me and give me advice and give me some pointers when I only had 700 subscribers was a huge deal. I mean, like, you didn't have to do that. Totally.
I think a great business model for anyone going into business or anyone starting a business is to have the mindset that, I like the quote, all may prosper. And so if you have the business mindset that everybody that you come in contact with, you're trying to make them prosper as well, then you're gonna grow so much higher. So I've always wanted like content creators around me to do well, and so that's one reason that I have, reached out, tried to help a lot of local content creators.
On that point, I was talking to somebody about this. I don't think it was on the podcast, but for our area, if you look around the country at other pockets of influencers and kind of compare based on the size of that influencer versus like their views or engagement, if you look at our area, even from top to bottom, smallest YouTuber to largest YouTuber in our area, which would be Brant, you're going to see in general larger views, larger engagement, size to size comparison. Obviously, there's larger YouTubers, in general. But like if you look at somebody the same size as you and compare, like you're going to have way more engagement and way more views than most anybody else in the country, top to bottom in this area. And I think a lot of that is because of the culture that you've really created in everybody trying to work together as much as possible.
Yeah, that is definitely one. And I think that, me, you, Brad, Ron, all of us working together, we've created I don't want to say like a fan base, but we've created viewership, people that view us from all over the country because we're working together.
Right.
And it also has a lot to do, once again, with our tourism. We actually, if you look at the state of Florida, Pensacola, Orange Beach, Alabama, Gulf Shores, Destin, we have higher tourism than just about any place, even though there's bigger areas like Miami and Tampa and places like that, not necessarily a bigger tourist industry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is one reason, like I feel like a lot of people are trying to live vicariously through our channel.
And why not?
Yeah.
It's amazing down here.
Exactly.
We love it.
Exactly.
We live here.
For sure.
But we are also like for a lot of middle America, this is the closest beaches to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to drive anywhere, if you want to drive to the beach, this is it. Like
It's also the prettiest, man.
It is
We
pretty.
have traveled the whole state of Florida. Have you seen prettier water than what you can walk out to Fort Pickens?
I gotta
right
stretch
here?
my back over here.
That ladder getting a little
ladder.
uncomfortable there. Yeah, mixing that water with the white sand, like you can't beat it.
Because on the East Coast, the water's not this pretty.
No, it's not.
Not even close.
Not quite. I've been to. I've been fortunate enough to go to Cape Cod and Outer Banks, both very beautiful areas, like very pretty. But what happens there too on their beaches, it's rarely as calm as it is here, which is very cool. Obviously, and we get the beautiful sand. Our sand's a lot wider here. In general, you're going to have prettier water. I would say not necessarily prettier water. Alabama to Outer Banks is pretty pretty similar, I would say, because Mobile Bay.
Pensacola to Panama City.
But Pensacola, that the Emerald Coast, like that water is just freaking gorgeous. But yeah, and calmer most days, which is nice.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
You can get in and play it. It's easier to fish, but because they complain all the time. They're like, yeah, it's too rough. You can't fish those steelhead rods and like 1 ounce sinkers, but you can pretty much do that every day.
And you can, even when I have a bad day fishing, like on the beach, I get comments that are like, man, we're just here for the scenery because the water's so beautiful.
And that's why they call it fishing, not catching.
That's right.
That's right. Need another little
Since this is actually we have fishing in the name, I guess we can talk a little bit about fishing.
Yeah.
Brant, since you're here and you're like the expert fisherman here, what kind of fishing have you been doing? Have you been having a whole lot of success?
I would say that 10 years ago I would have been the expert fisherman here. But
you're still very good. You're very good at what you do.
I have a plan and a direction as to why I create the content that I create. I would say that. And so,
it's all about the dollars.
Well, here's
a little bit, but I'm just kidding.
No, well, here's the thing. It is a business.
Oh, you have to think over that.
And that's what I don't think a lot of people understand that, okay, what we do is like a mini television network. We provide entertainment, education, in turn we sell advertisement. What does a television network do? They provide entertainment, in turn they sell advertisement. It's the exact same business model, so we have to treat it like a business because this is, how we
absolutely
how we get paid.
Right.
So when I'm out fishing, I have to think, when I throw my net, where am I going to catch the biggest fish or the most fish? Not the biggest fish, the most fish. And it is like, I keep going back to the 2 million people that visit Pensacola Beach every year. And, I want to offer those people value. And so it's not necessarily, it doesn't make great business sense for me to take a kayak out and paddle out 4 miles off the beach and catch a grouper or try to catch a sailfish or something like that, because the father and son coming down on their vacation.
Super cool video.
Yeah.
Super cool
that
experience.
would be more of a personal issue.
That's right. You're
So when I want to go out. I want to either set rig fish or throw lures or off the beach or maybe walk the sound and throw lures, catch some redfish and trout, and do something that's simple that someone can easily recreate.
Yeah. I mean, you even like sold your boat to make sure you could make that kind of content.
Yeah, I did. And so that was really part of the business plan. And when I sold my boat, I feel like ever since then my content's actually gotten a lot better. And it's because I was no longer focused on running charters. I was focused on strictly creating content and
For those coming into town.
And, I was told by so many people that this was the end of my YouTube channel. I was a sinking ship, dumbest decision I've ever made, and it actually
It worked out all right.
It quadrupled my revenue.
Well, and there's way
And at
less
the end of this
overhead.
podcast, Brant's going to say how much money he made in 2021.
That's right.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, tell us the number, Brant. We'll blur it out.
1 point. No.
$1 billion. Yeah, and I think that's for a lot of people starting out on YouTube. And what we do, because we hear it from like all angles, all the serious fishermen and people that want to get started on YouTube. I think people don't understand that you have to approach it from a business. If you want to be successful, obviously, if you just want to make videos and you don't care, which some people say that, I don't buy that. Like if you're going to put in time and energy into something, you probably have some expectation.
something
I don't
out of
buy
return.
it. I don't buy it either, because if that person that says they don't care all of a sudden started gaining a ton of subscribers and a ton of views, he'd be promoting it everywhere. Look at what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, I'm generating money.
It's just a way to make themselves feel better.
I don't buy that. But it's funny. I could leave this office right now. I could go to a pond and catch an 11-pound bass. Okay, and I could post that on my YouTube channel, and it may get 15,000.
Exactly.
views.
Yeah, which is not good for
which is not good,
right,
which
for
is
his
not
channel.
good. Yeah, but I could also go to the beach and catch some whiting this afternoon and get 40,000, 50,000.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's all, and I've had to make those same decisions. There's been several times where people have invited me. They're like, "Hey, you can come on this sword fishing trip with me," and I'm like, "Man, that sounds awesome." I said, "But I really need a video for my channel, and I can video that." I said, "But I really need to go catch some freaking whiting." It's just, it doesn't make sense business wise.
You got to catch it from the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we kind of sometimes butt heads with the serious fishermen.
Oh, absolutely.
And like the local serious fishermen, they don't quite understand that, hey, we're not making videos for them.
Right.
We're not making videos because
that's not our audience.
We want you to view our stuff. We're making videos for this big industry that is called tourism right here along the Florida and Alabama Gulf Coast.
Absolutely. But yeah, there are still those personal things. Like I really want to catch a rooster fish from Cabo San Lucas on the beach.
Of course. There's absolutely.
And that video will get like 10,000 views for me, but I still want to go do it.
That'd be cool.
It'll be a cool video.
I mean, I wouldn't mind catching a sailfish out of a kayak.
Oh, heck yeah, I know.
Right.
So yeah, a couple of guys around here, Sean was one of them. He caught one. Jack just, I mean, he's got some sick photos from that. I mean, how freaking cool. Like, I want to go do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, I have to go do it. And I'll put it on my channel, but it's definitely not a bread and butter video for me.
Right.
It's not going to really move the needle, but it would be really cool.
No, and it is, moving that needle is important, and I keep talking about the business side of it, because if you're in let's say that you mow lawns for a business, you want that business to grow, and you want to keep getting business because that's how you get paid. Well, it's no different from us,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're just fishing.
Yep.
Not catching.
Not catching.
I've had plenty of those days lately.
Oh yeah, it's been tough, which is weird. This time of year, usually we're starting to see some better fishing, but it's been a little tough.
I think that hurricane may have pushed out a lot of water from our area, because
I was hoping it was going to help, because some of those hurricanes last year or 2 years ago that were hitting Louisiana was really helping us out. But I think being we need them on the west side of us. As they go a little east or southeast, then it sucks the water out instead of pushing the water in.
Well, I spent all day fishing with Brad on Friday,
yep.
And then I spent all day fishing yesterday on the beach, and I've yet to make a video. So.
Yeah, we were on the struggle bus, man. It was pretty cool, though, because we were fishing in Pensacola Bay, and then we ran down to the beach and saw a big wad of tarpon.
Multiple big wads.
And they just would not eat.
For you guys.
Yeah, it was very
I
frustrating.
caught 2 from the beach from that same wad.
Yeah.
That day.
Nice.
Y'all just haven't seen the video yet.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to see that video.
He's going to hold that one close.
I mean, I might have lost the footage. I can't remember.
Yeah. Dang GoPros.
It was really cool to see.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I've never really paid much attention to them when they're going back the opposite direction. Because, like, in our area, so these tarpon migrate through, and I guess probably, like, early summer. When do you say they kind of start showing up?
Mid-June.
Mid-June. And so they're all traveling west. Like, every pot, like, they are all going west. But now they're headed back to wherever they came from. So now they're all headed east. And evidently, it's a lot harder to get those fish to eat. I've never tried, but from everything I've heard.
I think what was unique about this school that we saw is we saw them in like 4 foot of water, and it was crystal clear. And they let us like get in the middle of the school where we could like video them.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was really neat.
That short, cool. It looked pretty neat.
Yeah,
like that.
Cool.
Hey, we do have some comments on our Apple podcast, which we're finally up and running.
Did somebody rate us 5 stars?
We got 15 reviews with 5 stars right now.
Nice.
Brad, we are
anything less than 5?
No, so far all 5. So
Heck,
this is a great reminder.
You.
If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, you can give us a 5, and you can leave a review, which we've got 3.
Heck yes,
Brad, and we're gonna read them.
Let's do it.
I mean,
are they all?
like,
I guess they're all good.
Yeah,
if they all give us 5 stars.
Everything so far is positive. And this one.
Does anybody have any clever names? I want some clever users.
So, all right. Well, the first one is Pro Player 14.
Pro Player 14.
I would rate that one probably pretty low on the scale of 1 to 10.
That's right.
You can come up with a better name. It's okay. But you have a great comment. We really appreciate you listening.
That's true.
Could be. So he says he watches both of our videos on YouTube and now listening to y'all while he's driving. He's at least of driving age, which is nice. I commented on your last video, Matt, the one catching jacks in the surf. I would love to hear tips and stuff to catch jacks from the surf. I fish from Cape San Blas area. Thanks. Keep up the good work.
Nice.
So, and he did. I actually saw this guy comment on several things. I think he did comment on your, like, he was like, "Hey, I really want some tips on it." So this is for you, Pro Player 14. We're going to answer that question right now before we read these other comments.
Yeah, I mean, this time of year is definitely the time that, at least down in the Fort Morgan area, we got a lot of jacks and reds running the beach, and it's probably one of our favorite things to do is chase these big fish from the beach. Yeah,
number one.
Hard to beat catching a jack from the beach. It's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Can be difficult.
It is hard. Be prepared.
We spend a ton of time trying to catch one. I mean, even the video you and I both posted, I mean, we were out there all morning and was about to leave, and they just blew up right in front of us as we were leaving.
Yeah, make sure, as far as gear goes, like if you're worried about that, you definitely, if you're targeting from the beach or from up here, you want to make sure you got something that you can horse them a little bit, because you want good line capacity. Like, you're not going to be able to catch these on a trout rod. I mean, you can. I've done it, but it's very, very difficult and stressful, and it stresses out the fish. Like, my rule is I want to get that fish landed like within 10 minutes. So you're talking 25, 30-pound jack. You want to make sure you've got a pretty beefed up setup.
He's trying to advertise the bummy stick.
The bummy stick is
I do
actually
like using the bummy stick.
Perfect for catching jacks. Yeah, it's a great rod. Get you a slammer. I like the slammer reels.
Yeah, that's
killer
what I use.
drag.
I use a 5500.
You can lock down that drag and feel confident in that it's not going to jack up. Like, it just get something beefy, 4500 plus size reel. Something, you can use a 7-foot inshore rod, but like, you're going to want to go on the medium to heavy side. Something that's going to be rated for, your line anywhere from 20, 25 pound mono, something in that range. Not something that's like 10 pound mono. You need something a little heavier, a little beefier, or a surf rod. But
that bummy stick with a 5500 slammer in braided line is the best all around beach setup that I've ever
100%.
That's why we designed it. Like, we wanted a rod, we talked about this in another podcast. It's not the best at casting lures. It's not the best at a set rig. But as far as like being all around,
versatile,
you can use it for whatever situation. Like, when I travel, like, I always take that rod with me, because even I've started using it back in my hometown when I'm striper fishing underneath the dam. Like, it's great because you want a long cast there too, and you're throwing usually an ounce or ounce and a half lead with that lure.
Even if you were to walk out on a pier, you catch a king with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like, there's really nothing you can't use it for in most cases as far as saltwater fishing goes. So, but there are better, like the Paraflex, for example. That's the rod I'd always use for throwing heavy plugs and lures. I didn't like it for set rig fishing. It just didn't feel right. Didn't cast as well for that. But like throwing those lures, top water poppers, I love that 10'6" Paraflex. But the bummy stick works great for that too. No, it's a great all around rod. That's why we went there. So buy you a bummy stick, get you a slammer, load it up with some 30, 40 pound braid. You'll be ready to go.
Little Halco 135.
Yeah, little Halco, or 105.
Or an X-Wrap, or
X-Wrap, a
spoon.
2 ounce, 3 ounce spoon.
Spoons, get them. But yeah, your biggest challenge will be finding them.
Yeah.
Like you just got to get lucky and be in the right place at the right time. And even then, jacks are going to challenge every bit of your tackles. So you got to have good knots. You got to have good tackle. That's why I throw the Halcos, because their hooks and their split rings and everything on that hold up. There are some things that don't. So like you have to make sure you have good tackle.
Absolutely.
Because if it's not all good, that jack's gonna break off.
Right.
Which I've broken off several. Like I mean, it's just part of it.
Especially at the pier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're screwed at the pier.
I don't think we mentioned, but as far as leader, I usually use 50-pound mono. That's
Yeah,
the last thing we didn't mention on that.
too.
but
That's good all
50-pound
around.
mono.
So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah. Good luck, man.
Thanks for leaving us a review and
Yeah.
asking that.
We got another good one here, Brad.
Is this a question or just a comment?
No, it's a comment, but
All right.
they say, love the show. More voice changer, please. This is from Bonafide Guy.
Bonafide.
And he gave us
I wonder
5
if he's
stars.
got a
So-
bonafide kayak.
So this is for you, Bonafide Guy.
It says, here we go. Hey, what do you think about that, Brant? Yeah. Yeah. Get you some of that.
And then we got this one. Yeah, this is usually how we end all of our podcasts, is doing this bull crap.
That's amazing. Wow.
Come on, Brant. Come on. Step up to the mic. Let me see what you got.
Yeah, this is seriously the fact. Now, this actually opens my mind up a lot to when I see videos online. I'm like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's right here, man.
That's what we got all kinds of stuff, man. This is like the Thanos voice. The snap freezer. The voice of freezer.
Mr. Roboto, this explains a lot. I don't even know.
What all we got? Oh, that's like a megaphone.
Yeah.
Listen up, people.
This explains a lot.
Oh
You go.
man.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah,
it took us actually like how many episodes before we figured out the
Like
buttons?
2 or 3.
Yeah, we didn't know how to work that.
We didn't realize we had to turn up the volume with one of the things. Like we had literally no idea what we were doing
Yeah.
on the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it took a lot to figure out.
What was his username?
pretty
Did you say that?
Yeah, Bonafide Guy.
Bonafide guy. That's right.
So maybe it has Bonafide kayaks. or something.
Kayaker.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's
kayaker.
Maybe
Yeah.
so. Maybe he likes Bonafide. And then last one's from Go Braves boy. So maybe he's
Go
a-
Braves.
Yeah,
Yes.
Braves fan. Yeah,
Braves first game tonight against the Phillies. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Braves won the
was it
division
tonight?
again.
Yeah.
And they won the World Series last year. Was
Yep.
it last year they won the
Yeah,
World
last
Series?
year.
They've
Yeah, I
got a
don't
great
know.
thing going, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the Braves. I don't really
it.
keep up with baseball too much, but love y'all's YouTube channels, and the podcasts are awesome too.
Thank
Very
you.
positive.
Go Braves.
Yeah, thank y'all for that.
Positive comments like that are always
I
nice.
know, we
Yeah.
love that. So yeah, this is on Apple Podcasts. You can leave a review, and if you comment, there's a good chance that we will
And we'll read it.
probably
Yep.
read it, because we have an hour to kill and talk a bunch of bull crap, and why not, right?
Absolutely.
You used to play baseball
I did.
at Florida State.
State.
So if you don't know, like if you don't keep up with Brant, he was actually like a legit baseball player.
Y'all
And
won
played
the College World Series.
No,
right?
we won the ACC
The
championship.
okay.
Yeah.
Which is that's huge, man. Like,
2004.
you still got the ring and
I
all
do,
that?
I
Man,
do.
that's
Yeah.
so freaking cool.
It was
like-
awesome to be. I didn't play in that. I was a freshman.
But still, I
in
mean-
that-
still
in
part
that,
of the
in
team,
that
yeah.
game, I didn't play. I played my sophomore year, but I played some as a freshman, just not in the ACC championship game. But I was definitely a great cheerleader.
Oh, absolutely. that had to be pretty epic to,
It was
to be a
man.
part of that.
And you know, we had some great players on that team that went on to play in the major leagues and stuff.
That's
it was
pretty
really
cool.
cool to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too many people can say they've won a conference championship at the collegiate level.
or
like
even
that.
played college.
Or, yeah.
It
sports.
was
At
really
a
cool
school like
because
that.
we were ranked number 1 in the country.
Like this is
when
like
I
a
was-
legit baseball
when I
school.
was
yeah.
when I was a freshman, and we won the ACC championship. I got like 100 at bats that year, so that was. I mean, it was cool to be a freshman and be a part of that.
Yeah.
No,
that's
that's
awesome.
Yeah, I was never athletic ever. Period.
Well, I wasn't.
I thought
really,
you were a good wrestler.
I wasn't really either. I had good hand-eye coordination. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrestled in elementary school, 4th to 6th grade.
We should somebody send us like a wrestling. What is it, like a onesie?
I don't
what
know.
what do they actually call them? I don't know what they
even
call
know.
them. Send us a wrestling
Singlet. We used to call them
uniform-
singlets.
Singlet. That's
I think
right.
that's what we call them.
Send us like a medium, a schmedium
A schmedium.
for beach bum. And
Well, I've been
we're
working on.
gonna
I've
put
been
'em in
doing
a-
CrossFit, so I'm trying to fill it out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You see beach bum in a little wrestling outfit with a man bun.
Oh yeah,
I
that's pretty
actually
scary.
wish you would get Brad to join CrossFit.
I'm trying, Brad.
If I feel like if I would actually put my mind to it and work out, I could be a big dude.
you could,
but
You got the
I
physique
just
for it.
love beer and chicken
Well,
wings.
you can still drink beer and
And
eat chicken
cheeseburgers.
You
wings.
actually, if you do CrossFit, you'll feel better about drinking beer.
You will.
Yeah.
That's right.
I should do it.
Yeah.
You go to the one in Gulf Shores?
Yeah. It's like on County Road 10,
Oh, okay. Never
I
mind.
think. Yeah. Yeah. I'm only a week into it, but I'm like a CrossFit junkie now. I just like working out. I do. Like I enjoyed it when we did P90X, a decade ago. You just feel better. I
Yeah.
mean, you just
I need to do something.
yeah. It's a good
I've
thing to
actually
do.
gotten back a little bit back into working out.
You walk with your
Yeah.
butt cheeks
So
clenched.
I walk now
Chest
with
poked up.
8-pound weights.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we moved to a new house, and right down the road is the water, and there's these giant bluffs that go off of Scenic Highway all the way down into the water. And so every morning that I'm not fishing, and I go and run these hills.
Gotcha.
That's really difficult to do in sand.
Well,
And-
walking in sand is
Yeah,
hard.
and so it's kind of gotten me a little bit back in shape.
Yeah.
Do you have like a jumpsuit?
No.
Do you have old ladies in your neighborhood that are out there with you?
They definitely.
Oh man, you're out
Yeah,
there.
it's
with
kind
them.
of the place to be in the morning.
Is
Like
it?
on
I bet.
Monday
I bet it's
morning.
pretty.
It is.
I bet it's nice.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
See, I was thinking this morning because my day today, like this is the first morning. I just started last week, but this is the first morning that I was actually able to work out first thing, which was really nice. Like I'd much rather work out as soon as I get up.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that this podcast and all the things we've got work out to where like I don't have to fish as much. Not that I don't love fishing, but like right now I just feel so much pressure to fish so much
I
to
would
try to
love
get the
to
content.
cut back.
It would be nice to cut back and focus on other things like my health and be able to like start my day with a workout, come in, do some podcasts, kind of roll into things a little bit
Right.
smoother than having a.
Real estate kind of gives me that, and so that's dude, it is so nice to be able to get up in the morning and just come to the office, drink coffee.
Yeah.
That sounds
chill,
amazing.
Just come to the office.
That does sound nice.
It probably don't even have to be there till what, like 9:30.
o'clock,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I mean, so if you wanted to, you could totally work out early in the morning,
Yeah.
drink some coffee, eat a
Those
little
are my
breakfast.
favorite days.
Yeah, no, like you it's weird because obviously we love fishing and that's why we started all this stuff. And then people are like, man, that'd be great, and it is awesome. But like when you do this all the time and you try to get up every morning at 5, 4:30, whatever time you got to get up to beat the sun, and you're doing it like 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, which is a lot of the time what you have to do to get
You
the
can get
content.
burnt out.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough, and so much other stuff like your health and everything like goes to the wayside. I mean, you can't focus on a lot of these other things because you're putting so much time and energy into it.
And a lot of times you don't even get a video.
Exactly. Yeah, you're doing it for free.
Yeah. Those are always tough days.
That's why we named the podcast what we did because we're so
Yeah.
accustomed to that.
Man, I am lately.
Yeah.
So we make sure you rate us a 5. Make sure you pump this podcast out so that we can bring you more cool content, but we can treat our bodies better.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Do it
Yeah,
for
do
us.
it for their health.
That's right.
I know. I got 4 kids I got to stick around for.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Brad's a 7-day-a-week fisherman.
So in our little break that we just took, you said you've got some new information. So we talked about this in one of the podcasts, but the cheaters,
That was wild.
the walleye cheaters, man, which was
That was
crazy.
so wild.
Crazy.
It takes a different type of person to do that. How do you sleep at night?
Yeah. I don't get it.
I
man.
don't get it either. Like if you want to be competitive and that's what drives you and you cheat, like that just it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it takes all the fun out of winning.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if I were to win and cheated, I would feel terrible
Yeah.
about winning.
It's
Right.
yeah.
And you used to fish a lot of tournaments too, right? A lot of redfish
I
tournaments,
did,
king
man.
tournaments.
Well,
You ever thought about
prior-
stuffing some weights in there?
prior to guiding, and then when 2008, 9, 10, 11 was my turn when I fished a lot of tournaments.
Did y'all ever have any cheaters in any of the ones you were fishing?
Not that I can remember.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you weigh in any? Is it all live or are some of the redfish dead?
So we actually, there's 2 ways to go. They have these giant slam tournaments on the Gulf Coast here. One of them's like the Pensacola Bud Light Inshore Slam. Now, that tournament's been around forever. And you can bring your fish in dead for that one, but they keep your fish and they fillet them and they donate the meat.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so you're not getting away with cheating in that tournament.
Because they will cut the fish open.
Right. But they we actually won that tournament in 2010, and that was a kill tournament. It's your biggest redfish, trout, flounder. And then most of the other tournaments I fished were you had to keep your fish alive, and they were redfish tournaments.
What you could do, though, like if you really wanted to cheat and get away with it, obviously stuffing lead down there is going to be obvious, but it wouldn't be that hard to like take a few extra pinfish or something, and just chop them up a little bit.
He's giving us some thought.
I'm just saying, like, how,
If you
but
ever
how
fish a tournament
often?
with Beach Bum,
But how often do you think that stuff happened? Yeah, I mean, people probably
Yeah.
I
did
would
it.
say in a kill tournament that it happens often.
yeah.
Because you could easily get away with that. People would never know.
Yeah, but apparently these walleye tournament cheaters aren't the greatest people to begin with. I think he's going to court for, and this is just like some new information I heard on the internet the other day. I think he's going to court for allegedly domestic violence charges.
It's not surprising. I mean,
like that.
Yeah, but
One
if
of
you're
them, I
going to
don't know
make a
which
bad
one it
decision
was,
like this,
but-
you probably make a lot of other bad
Yeah.
decisions in
your
life.
life choices are not up to par.
Sure, and this isn't the first time they've cheated.
No.
People have been suspecting that for years with them. So it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's not shocking. But whatever he gets, I hope he gets the full.
Well, I've been researching a lot of tournament cheaters since then, and there was actually some bass tournament cheaters a couple years back that spent a year in jail for
Really?
cheating in a bass tournament. I just watched this video. on
Interesting.
YouTube.
So
Yeah.
how'd that pay?
Do they get them for like fraud charges?
I
Is that
guess,
what it is?
yeah.
or-
I guess that when there's a certain amount of money on the line, it becomes,
As it should be. Because
punishable by like prison time.
yeah, I mean that makes sense.
They went to jail, but I mean it was a year. That's a long time.
That is.
man.
That,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not worth cheating in your bass tournament for a year.
No,
in
not at
jail.
all, man. Not
That's
at
crazy.
all. Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah, I don't. Do we know what's going to happen with these guys with as far as the tournament goes?
I've been looking because I've been wanting to make that video on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Because I made a reaction video to the first tournament cheaters.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, this is a funny story.
This is funny.
So we make these reaction videos from time to time where we use other people's content, but it's like fair use if you re-edit it and put you show your face and kind of talk about
We
it.
give our opinion.
Kind of give
Right.
some narration or whatnot. Like it falls within fair use.
Kind of like the news would do.
Exactly. It's just like the news. Well, Brant was like the first one, evidently, on Facebook to drop this video about the cheaters on his AnglerUp with Brant page. And so, and I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. I was like, I need to make this video. And at the time, like, I started looking through, and I noticed on YouTube there were already like a ton. Like all of these people were making all these reaction videos. And so I just pulled some footage down from one of these videos and made my own little reaction video, posted up. And as soon as I posted it, Facebook has this new thing, which we talked about this feature on another podcast.
Yeah, rights manager.
It came and bit me in the butt because Brant had posted it first. It fell within his rights manager, so like it basically copyright claimed me for content that he ripped.
I was getting paid for Beach Bum's video.
So this is funny. On that same topic, Brant called me and was like, "You need to make this video. I found some new information." He was like, "I can't. Like, you were renovating or whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't have time to do it." And so he sent me this link to this news article talking about they're working on pressing charges, whatever. So I find the news article and I make this reaction video, and it does good. And 2 days later, I look in my rights manager and the news station, because I took a clip from the news station and played their little clip. The news station was on one of mine. Like, they got a copyright because I posted it first on Facebook.
Oh, really? So
Now,
like,
their video only had like a couple hundred views.
that's
but
funny
So
if
you were
they
claiming their ad revenue.
Yeah.
from the news station.
Except, I mean, I don't know if they're monetized or
I
not, 'cause
noticed
they didn't get a lot of
you evidently
views, but-
did get a notification eventually or something or maybe because you didn't respond to it, because I got a notification saying that you released it, but I'd already deleted the
I
video.
didn't release it.
You didn't?
That's why Facebook is so jacked up. I never saw it. I still haven't seen it.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, man.
Because I think because you have like 7 days, so evidently it had been 7 days, and evidently since you didn't do anything for 7 days, it releases
That
it
makes sense.
back to me. Which
That makes
obviously at that
sense.
point is like,
Yeah.
it doesn't do any good anyway.
Brant's gonna look down and he's gonna make like $50,000 from all these people. He's gonna be claiming ad revenue from everyone.
It definitely was lucrative for you for that.
Yeah, anytime you can get a video that's got any of that emotion and shareable information
On Facebook,
like-
not on YouTube necessarily.
Yeah,
Right.
But on Facebook.
A little
It
bit on
just
YouTube, but it's
goes
definitely
crazy.
more on Facebook.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating. Like, it's one of those things, like, we wish we could make content that people would watch that's just pretty straightforward, but it's just not the way people work. People want drama. People want
Even if they complain about it when you
that's
give it to them.
what they want. Which
100%.
it is a frustrating thing about it.
It is. It is. You know, and if you try to be straightforward, overly professional, try to do everything by the books,
You're not going to be
you're
successful.
not going to be successful on the internet. It's just not going to happen. And
boring.
It is. It's unfortunate, which is why you never see a headline from a big news station that's straightforward. Everything is outlandish.
That's the thing. People complain about clickbait when you whatever they call clickbait. Yeah, everybody's got different opinions and whatnot. But like, you want clickbait.
People do.
If you didn't want clickbait, it wouldn't work.
People do want clickbait. And then they complain about it, but they still click and watch the whole video because our analytics say so.
Exactly. Yeah. We know what you're doing. We see you.
We see exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And so if Beach Bum were to walk out onto the beach and catch 10 flounder, and he titled his video, Catching 10 Flounder While Walking the Beach Today, he's going to get 13,000 views on that video.
There's people that would watch it regardless, yes.
And it's going to be his worst performing video in the last month. And then if he were to walk out on the beach and get stopped by a Marine Patrol officer.
There we go.
And
Now we're in Brad's territory.
You know, this is a Brad video. Getting stopped by a Marine Patrol. Oh my gosh, can't believe. Even if it was just a friendly stop, and you know that video is going to get 150,000 views.
Absolutely.
Because people want to see the drama.
Yep.
Like, unfortunately, and you can say that you're not one of those people and that you don't want to see the drama, but the analytics say otherwise.
Yes. Or if somebody comes down from their condo and it's like, oh, you can't fish here. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
You just made my video.
Yes. This is perfect.
Yeah. Trust
That's
me, we
funny.
wouldn't try to put those videos out there if they were not our best performing videos.
Right.
But it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
We wish
hate
that
it.
the content that we can create ourselves without the drama could stand alone and do well.
I want to go out to the beach tomorrow, and I want to be able to title my video "Walking Pensacola Beach and Catching 7 Ladyfish, 4 Bluefish, and 6 Spanish."
That would be awesome.
on a Yozuri crystal minnow that I bought for $9.99.
Yeah, that's how some people want you to title it. And here's the coordinates.
But instead, it's going to be fishing Pensacola Beach and something crazy happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ladyfish ate a X-Wrap, man.
It was the coolest jump I've ever seen in my life.
It was pretty crazy. So
Giant
wild.
fish blew up on my tiny lure.
Now we're getting into
New PB.
OnlyFans a little bit.
Speaking of
Oh,
OnlyFans.
man.
Yeah, that's our next endeavor. We've got a lot of stuff that we're working on, Brant. We're trying to figure out the OnlyFans stuff. We just haven't quite figured it out yet.
Talk about a business model.
Yeah,
Man.
it's a good one.
Yeah, that's genius. I might have
Another
to dive
business
into
model that everybody complains about but still watches.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. People
That's
like
funny.
drama and raunchiness.
Yeah.
They just do. They just do.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I hate it. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's just.
Well, okay. People complain about. I see it all the time on Facebook. Oh, another chick in a bikini holding a fish. I can't stand that. But then the chick in the bikini holding the fish gets 1 million views.
Absolutely.
Right.
Why are they not going
Why
to
are
do
they
that?
not holding a fish in a bikini?
Yes.
because
I'd
you're
wear a
watching
bikini
it.
if y'all watch me.
You're
Yeah.
watching
Me
it.
too.
Yeah.
It's not going to get the same result.
Yeah.
But I would do it. Yeah.
We need I think it was Salty that was telling me this. He's like, he needs a little, instead of OnlyFans, it's going to be something where you have to pay him to quit sending him pictures of himself. Like, I'm going to text you pictures of me, and you're going to have to pay me to stop.
That's not a bad idea.
Nobody wants to see us.
Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Oh, we're still on the board.
It's-
Is this the
Got some
quiz?
craziness going
Yeah.
on.
I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like talking about OnlyFans.
That's good. Y'all make sure to go check out AnglerUp with Brant.
Yeah.
If you're looking at buying a home.
Yeah, if you want to buy a
in
house.
the state of Florida, hit him up.
Actually, if you want to
His
sell
phone-
a house,
Yeah. So you
You're
want
more
the
of a selling
sellers.
agent.
I will absolutely help somebody buy a home.
Yeah,
but,
that is the harder end of things.
You want to get on the listings. That's
Yeah.
where it's
So if you
at.
want to sell a house,
His number is 850.
Don't you
I
dare.
don't know.
also you can book a trip with them for $2,500.
Yeah.
25, and you can add Bearded Brad for another 2,000.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get me.
It will work out a deal for all three.
That's right. We got it. Thanks so much for watching. Give us a 5.
Yep.
We'll
Make sure you're
see it.
subscribed.
See you in the next one.
Peace.
Where's our voices?
There it is. You want to give it a go, Brant? What you got? Let me see. Let's hear it. Yeah. Go for it. Are we done? Yeah, kind of. But we just kind of see what happens. I'm digging this, man. Yeah. I'm actually going to go home and buy one of these. Yeah. For this reason, the things I'm going to be able to do with my videos. You think Melanie can't fish here?
Oh, God. All right, it's lunchtime.
Let's eat.